I am now live. Probably just wait for a couple of people to come on, I guess. I myself have just got a notification saying Josh Brew Fitness is now live. Thank you, Instagram, for letting me know that I'm live. Cool, got some people popping on. So it has been a hell of a long time since I've done a live on here. I want to say a couple of years. I don't think maybe even on my old account. I haven't done a live on here in a long time. And I was walking the dogs this evening and I was going to do some stories and I thought, do you know what? It's probably going to go on a long time. So I thought, one level, no, I'm going to jump on and do a live. I appreciate all the people joining. Yes, people, how we doing? Hope all's good. I'll just give you a bit of a rundown of how prep's going really, and how this time it's been different to other preps, how I'm finding it. So yeah, just as a little, I guess, a backstory from the start of the year. If we take it all the way back to January, which is when I started prep for my shows earlier in the season, when I was still competing in classic physique. So I did a regional show in March. You've got to do a regional show before you can do a pro qualifier to try and get your IFBB pro card. So I did a classic physique regional show in March and I got second in my class to a very respectable first place. I don't know if Rory will see this, but well done Rory for winning the class and the overall on that day. And then 2 weeks later, I did the 10x Ben Weider Pro Qualifier, which was also in the UK, and that was in classic physique. And I got third in my class as another guy from overseas came across. Rory did it as well, so we was in the same order. And then a guy came over and took the class win. He looked incredible, to be fair. And then he went on to win his pro card and win the overall. So to sort of lose against the person that's getting the pro card is never a bad thing. And I just want to touch on my experience from that a little bit. And I had a really good time at them shows. I definitely brought my best physique to date. And if I go back to that pro qualifier that I did in April, I genuinely feel like I couldn't have brought a better look to the stage with where my physique is currently at and the weight that I was at. So yeah, in April, I had some amazing people come and support me. I could hear more in the crowd. It felt wicked. So good. And I just had a lot of fun on stage that day. And I really thought my condition was nailed. I thought my posing was good, presentation was good. And I was just really proud of the physique that I presented on that day, but fitting the criteria and obviously what the judges were seeing on the day wasn't enough to win. And two guys beat me in my class. And getting some feedback and me knowing bodybuilding myself inside and out, I literally live and breathe bodybuilding. I look at it every single day. I study it. I'm a coach. I look at physiques all the time. Looking at my physique on stage and looking at the people that were beating me, I feel like my structure and overall shape and flow, if you like, was not to, let's say, like the classic physique appearance that they're looking for. The guys that were beating me just have wider clavicle width, more of a V taper. So this is the kind of look that you want in any bodybuilding category really, but especially in classic physique. And I don't have a wide clavicle width, like I have quite narrow shoulders. And obviously the way to build it up is to put a lot more size on your upper body, put it on the upper chest, the shoulders, the upper back, really thicken the lats and just give yourself more of a V taper. But now here's the caveat to this. I've maxed out my weight cap in classic. Like I did say, I struggled to make weight last time, and some people may disagree, but I don't feel like I could have brought better condition on the day. I'm not pumping my own tyres, blowing my own trumpet. I felt like I was probably one of the most conditioned athletes there on that day. I'm actually proud to say that, and it's not being big-headed. I know what standard I bring when it comes to condition. I felt like it was very good. So in terms of adding on any size, it's not really possible for me in the amateur division in classic anymore. So this is where we get to this prep. So I've done those shows and I was like, I'm not done yet. Like I'm not quite done. I really feel like I brought a wicked look, and I just want it to be on stage again, and I want to present it better, fuller, bigger, and how I want it to look rather than trying to suck down to the weight cap. So that is when I decided to do the Amateur Olympia in Vegas, my first ever international show, and I'm moving into the open bodybuilding class. So I'll be in the heavyweights. Now, granted, going from April 91 kilos to then only October, how much size can I put on that time really? Not a massive amount, so I'm not going to be the biggest guy in the heavyweight division, but I really feel like my physique with even 4 more kilos on, which is probably what's going to happen, with the same condition, is going to look much, much better than what I brought in April. And I just want to see how that fares in the open division. So this prep has been very, very different because I've not had to focus on a weight cap. I'm jumping on the scales every now and again, but purely out of curiosity. I'm not necessarily thinking, oh, what's it saying? And then looking at it and letting that play in my head. Because I think that was one thing that was stressing me out last time. I was getting on the scales every morning thinking, is it coming down? I need to make the weight cap. And I wasn't necessarily concentrating too much on the look I was bringing. I was just like, right, I need to be absolutely peeled and I need to make the weight cap, and that is it. Despite what was going on with the rest of the shape, the balance and proportions and symmetry and all the rest of it that comes with bodybuilding. So this prep has been, I would say, a lot more relaxed. I've been way more chill. Even though it's a massive show and it's overseas, I'm not feeling any pressure because I know I'm going to be able to bring something better to the stage. And if it's what the judges are looking for and I'm the best there on that day, absolutely amazing. Then it's just a win-win all round. But if it's not, then I've still presented the best physique I can possibly present. Yes, Louis, he who dares, and I dare, so I'm going after it. Yeah, and I've never competed internationally, so I think all these things encompass into one, like never competed abroad. I've only ever done the UK shows. I've never done open bodybuilding, and I'm not trying to suck down to a weight cap so I can really, bring what I want to bring to the stage. I think all of that encompassed together is just making me excited more than anything. So I'm not nervous about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressed about it. And I think that's one thing that's helped me so much on this prep is my stress levels have been super low. I've just been, I don't know, I've just been in a really good headspace. And I think because the excitement's taken over so much, I'm just buzzing to get out there. And obviously being at the Olympia, I mean, encompassing the whole Olympia weekend, the whole week leading up to it, how can I not be excited about that? And how can I let any of that stress me out? I don't know who I'm up against. I've not got a clue. So it's just going to be like so much fun, I think. And I think that's where my mindset has been at this prep. It's just been a lot of fun. Yes, it's hard. I'm hungry. I'm tired. My sleep is all over the place. Sometimes I have a great night's sleep. Sometimes it's like 3 or 4 hours and then I'm up straight away. Sometimes I'm training twice a day. If I wake up at 4 in the morning, I'll go to the gym and do some like abs or something, and then I'll go back later on and actually do my session. So yeah, that's just one of those things that comes in part of the parcel in prep. You're basically running off adrenaline a lot of the time. The food's low because you're obviously trying to get in the peak physical condition. And when your food is low, you're going to wake up hungry, is what it is. I'm not too bothered about that. But everything else around it has just been pretty chilled. I train in an amazing gym. The atmosphere in there is buzzing. I've got a great circle of people around me. I've got so much support. Everyone in the gym's like really, really buzzing for me. And yeah, it just feels really different this time. And I know every prep that you do and every show that you do, you're like, oh, I've got a good feeling about this one. But I've been taking some physique shots recently. I don't know if Chris Godfrey's watching this. I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram some of the pictures that I've been posting for INFX. Chris just started up his photography. Wicked shots, by the way. And he's been taking some shots and I've been looking at them. I'm like, and not like I said, not pumping my own tires or anything, but I'm like, I'm pretty impressed with that. Like, this is looking different to my last prep. It's looking fuller, it's looking thicker, it's looking harder. And that's what I want going into open. So yeah, I'm major excited more than anything. So that is where my mindset is at. And it is 3 weeks today, to this day, that I register and yeah, get my name down on that piece of paper on the Monday. That'll be Monday the 6th of October. So 3 weeks today is when I register, and then I compete on Wednesday the 8th of October. So 3 weeks on Wednesday, I'm getting on stage at the Amateur Olympia, and it's going to be absolutely mega. Yeah, just crazy excited. And anyone who's ever sent me a message on here, any story upload, any picture I post, everything that you comment and writing, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like, trust me, all the support means so much. This is something I'm doing. This is like my choice. I don't expect anyone to jump on board and, support me in all kinds of different ways, but loads of people are, and I appreciate it so much. So that's where my mindset is at going into prep. I'll just give you a little rundown of my training, because I do have a lot of people ask me, what my current training split is like and how that's going, what my cardio's like. I'll talk to you about cardio in a minute. Um, so my current training split, believe it or not, whether you think this is optimal or not, or a good thing to do, I weight train 7 days a week. I absolutely love it. Should I probably take a rest day here and there? Potentially. But I've been doing it for such a long time and training with such a high intensity and a high frequency all the way throughout my week. My body is very used to that, and it's very used to recovering pretty quickly. So my current training split is, I'll just give you a quick rundown of it. Monday is back and biceps. Tuesday is chest and triceps. Wednesday is legs. Thursday, shoulders and triceps. Friday's back and biceps. Saturday's chest and triceps. And Sunday is legs. So you've got triceps 3 times in there. You've got biceps twice. You've got back twice. You've got shoulders, chest twice, and legs twice. So that's a hell of a lot of weight training going into my week. And because my energy expenditure is so high during the week in my weight sessions, I'm not actually currently doing any cardio at the minute. And I'm not being one of those people like, oh, I don't have to do any cardio to get lean. I currently don't really. The conditions coming in, the diet's working, and obviously I'm just training super hard 7 days a week. So as long as my body's recovering well, it's responding well, I'm not holding on to like any fatigue or any unnecessary inflammation or anything like that. I'm keeping an eye on it, and things are ticking over nicely. So that's my current training split. Like I said, I'm not doing any cardio at the minute. I'm just doing a couple of dog walks a day, and that's good for my mental health as well. Just getting out, just walking. We've got a beautiful woods near where we live, so I'm just getting nice walks in there and just taking the fresh air. And while I'm out there doing those walks and things like that, especially while I'm in the gym, I'm just thinking about getting over to the States, you know, signing the thing, getting the Amateur Olympia bits and paper and all that kind of stuff. And it just excites me so much. Yeah, so that's where my training's at. Food intake, I don't really know what calories I'm on. I don't really know what macros I'm on. And again, to some people, this might just be absolutely alien, but I don't have a coach. Although I am a coach, I've been actually coaching myself since day one. And the reason I do that is because I started off wanting to coach myself because I wanted to learn, I wanted to get things right, I wanted to get things wrong. And I've kind of just learned a way that works for me. And granted, this wouldn't work for everybody, but I kind of know what protein I'm having. I'll have like 60-ish grams of protein, give or take. Sometimes it might be 60, sometimes it might be 70 per meal. And I have 5 meals a day. So that's somewhere between 300 and 350 grams of protein a day, whatever you want to take that as. And then carb intake, again, I don't know the actual amount of grams of carbs I'm having. I literally just eyeball it. So I'll just literally spoon some rice onto a plate and then have a few rice cakes with it as well for a bit of texture. And that's it really. Fats, I'm having a little bit of almond butter here and there, but or any fats that come in like salmons and beefs and stuff like that, but I'm not really having a lot of added fats. So my diet is more of a protein and carb based diet with little fats in there. So I usually do a lower fat diet and more carbs. And that's pretty much it really. I haven't actually changed my food since starting prep. So I started prep at 10 weeks out. And the reason I started at 10 weeks out is because obviously I dieted earlier in the year. And because my physique had already got lean and it had already been in that state. So if I was stage ready in April, May, June, July, when it gets to August, how much body fat can you put on in that time? Not a great deal. Still training super hard, still eating pretty clean. Granted, the calories did shift up massively, but it was all decent food sources. So by the time it came to prep this time, I knew it wasn't going to take me as long. I gave myself 14 weeks last time to prep. I think I was ready at 11 weeks out. I'd hit the weight cap at about 10, 11 weeks out. And then my body always does this thing in prep, which I don't have to worry about this time, which is amazing. But every time I've done classic, when I get to about 3 or 4 weeks out, I hit the weight cap, super peeled, super ready. I'm like, this is easy, we coast through. But then, and this does happen with a lot of my other athletes as well that I coach, and I just know it happens to people. Your body will get so responsive when it's at like the perfect lean state. And your training's awesome, like the pumps are wicked in the gym, food's digesting well, and when everything is just in flow and in sync and your mindset's in a really good place, your body can do this. So your weight can start coming down and down and down and down and down, and then everything just starts ramping up and your metabolism's awesome, but it's absorbing the food and your training, and then everything starts filling out. And then my weight starts going back up like that. And that's what always happened in classic. I would hit my weight cap and then my body would go, deal with this. And then it would just start going up. And that's why I always found it hard to bring it back down at the end. Whereas this time, My weight has been coming down. It's been coming down. Obviously, body fat's coming off. And then I've got to the point now where I'm nearly ready, really. There's a bit to come off, like the hamstrings and the glutes a little bit, but that'll come off in the last 2 weeks. I'm not worried about that. But everything's pretty much there physique-wise. If someone said to me, the show was next weekend, I'll go, okay, cool. I can do that. We're on it. So, yeah, so we're nearly there. So my body's got to that, like, perfect harmony, lean state where my weight has been coming down. And then I weighed myself this morning. It started going back up. And I'm like, cool, it's not a problem this time. Don't have to make a weight cap. So if it does go back up, great. It means I'm looking fuller and bigger, and that's what I want for open bodybuilding. So yeah, that's kind of a rundown of how prep has been going so far. So far, so good. It's been wicked. Yeah, mindset's in a really good place. And I try and stress this a lot to my clients as well, and to anyone on here really. And this sounds so cliche, and you see all these quotes flying around on Instagram all the time, motivational things and whatever. But your body really does go where your mindset is. So where the mind goes, the body will follow. And I know that sounds like such a cliche blanket statement to throw out there, but it's so, so true. And I haven't found this prep easy. It's never easy to be in a deep calorie deficit. It's never easy to absolutely hammer yourself in your gym every day, get all your meals at the perfect time and get everything in, and, you know, try your best to make sure sleep is good, and then fit all your coaching and work life things all around that, and do normal day-to-day stuff life as well. It's never easy, but I have found this prep easier in the sense that, one, I don't have to make a weight cap, but two, I always remind myself, I'm doing this, I've chosen to do this, it's actually a privilege to do this, that I'm getting to choose to get my body in such a condition and eat less. There's some people out there that like really try and get themselves in like a healthy lifestyle shape, and I coach loads of different people and they find it super hard, and it is. And I'm getting myself into a stage condition to do a bodybuilding show, so I can't moan about that. Like, it's my decision, and at the end of the day, I could stop tomorrow. I could literally just go, I'm not doing it anymore. And because if you're doing a bodybuilding prep, if you're doing a show, if you remind yourself of that, that it's like your decision, you could stop at any point you want to. Like, if you really wanted to, you could just stop. If you're finding it super hard, in a hole, getting miserable about it, I'm like, just don't do it. No one's forcing you to do it. No one's got a gun to your head and saying, you must prep for this show. So I always have that mindset going into prep, but this time it's been a bit stronger in such a positive way, as in, yeah, no one's making me do this. Like, this is my choice. This is fun. This is wicked. Like, I'm living and breathing the bodybuilding lifestyle. And I think when you get that into your head, and, you know, don't keep telling yourself that, oh, prep's super hard, I'm so tired, this is such a slog. As soon as you start doing that, and trust me, it's going to be the hardest prep you'll ever have. And if you just, like, I went into the gym yesterday, not going to lie, I was driving there to do legs, and I was like, I'm pretty tired. I was like, my sleep was shocking the night before. But I was driving there thinking, do you know what? This is going to be a freaking wicked session. You're tired now, but I guarantee you, Josh, by the time you get onto your first working set, that first exercise, the blood flowing, the pumps going, the music blasting in your ears, I'm like, this is going to be mint. And it was such a good session. My legs are in pieces today, because I keep reminding myself, Josh, you love training. You love it. So just remember that every time you go in the gym. Like, I get to do this every single day. I choose to do this every single day. I found my passion. I found my purpose. I found my love of a sport that I want to do so much that I'm willing to put myself through a bodybuilding prep to get on that stage. And that's something I remind myself of all the time. And that's kept me in a really positive sort of mental attitude going into this. And yeah, for anyone prepping out there, or you're thinking about doing a prep, just remind yourself that, yeah, you get to do this. And as soon as you have them days where you wake up and you go, this is hard, I guarantee it's going to be super hard. Like, do you ever get in days where you wake up and you're like, oh, this is going to be a long day? I'm like, straight away you said this is going to be a long day. I guarantee that day is a slog. Whereas if you wake up and go, do you know what, today's going to be a wicked day. I've got this on, I've got that, I've got to go there, I've got to call with this client, I've got to train, I've got to see this person, I've got to call that, but you know, you've got all these different things to do. And if you actually just get excited about them, you're like, this is going to be an awesome day. I've got loads going on. Like, be grateful for all the stuff that you have going on. So if you feel like you've got a mega busy, like, long day, if you wake up and go, this is going to be a long day, it's going to be a long day. So that's something that I've really embraced in this prep as well. And I try and do it all the time, but I feel like just this one is just hitting different. And like I said, it's probably because of the excitement that it's in the States and it's the Amateur O and it's a big show. And I'm going into Open. I've got, because I've done classic shows in the past, I always had an expectation of myself, like every pro qualifier that I've done in classic physique, I've got third. So the first one I got third at the Arnold's. I got third in the second one I did, which was in the UK. And then the third one I did, which was in April, I got third again. And I was like, so after the second one, I had an expectation. I was like, right, I need to better this. But you can't really have control over that. You can only better the physique that you bring. You can only be like, right, I'm going to bring the absolute best I can. And if it's the best on the day, amazing. And if there's other people there that beat you, well, it's just tough tits. And that's how it rolled. So this one, I've got no expectation because I've never competed in open bodybuilding. I've never actually stood next to open bodybuilders on stage. I've always watched it. I've always watched the amateur ranks and watched the open bodybuilding, but you always have this misconception of how you look. And I'm like, am I as big as those guys? I don't know. Like, they just seem, I was like, they seem way bigger. But I won't know until I get on that stage. And I think that's what's intriguing to me and that's what's exciting. And yeah, that's just what's made this prep so far so much fun. So yeah, it's 2 weeks. No, it's not. It's not 2 weeks, Josh. Yes, it is. 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Oh my God, I'm so confused. It is 3 weeks on Wednesday that I compete at the Amateur Olympia. By the way, if you want to watch it, then go on the Olympia 2025's website and buy the live stream. Not for me. Me's a bonus. Buy it so you can watch the whole Olympia weekend. Like, if you get the live stream, you get everything. You get all the amateurs on the Tuesday, which is all the women. You get all the amateurs on the Wednesday, which is all the guys, including me. And then you get the press conference on the Thursday. You get, I think there's a behind the scenes of Meet the Olympians. You also get, then you get the Friday prejudging, the Friday night finals, and the Open Men prejudging, the Saturday prejudging, Saturday finals. Like, trust me, if you are not going to the Olympia and you're a bodybuilding fan, you are mental if you don't buy the live stream. I've bought it for the however past many years, and you get it for life then, so you can watch it back whenever. So if you do buy the live stream, tune in on Wednesday the 8th and watch your boy Josh Blue have a good bash at the Open, and he's going to do his absolute best to win his category, win the overall, and bring home that pro card so I can be an IFBB professional bodybuilder, because that is what I've wanted for so damn long, because I want to live and breathe that bodybuilding lifestyle. I want to do pro shows. I want to travel the world. I want to I just want to be immersed in it, and I really, really feel like it's coming this time. I really, really do. So that is where everything is at prep-wise. In summary, I'm excited. Physique is on point. Don't know what my weight's saying actually. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was 95 kilos, and my classic weight cut off was like 91. So I'm 4 kilos heavier now than I was for classic. But I feel like my weight probably won't change now until the show. I think I'm just going to get leaner, but kind of just hold on to the fullness. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. Just a couple of other little things. So obviously I compete 3 weeks on Wednesday, a week on Wednesday. So next week is when I head over to the States, going with Ryan and Johnny to New York. This is also what I'm so excited about. Heading over to New York, and we're going to be training out of Bev's gym for a week, which is Steve Weinberger's gym, who's a head judge at Olympia. If you don't know, get to know. Go check out Bev's gym on Instagram. It is by far, hands down, the best gym I've ever trained in my life. I swear, it's the best gym. You walk in, it oozes bodybuilding. There's just like memorabilia plastered all over the walls. You cannot go in that gym and not literally balls to the wall graft, because the atmosphere and it just oozes out the walls like pure bodybuilding. It's huge. All the kit in there is incredible. It's just wicked. So this is the itinerary and plan of action. Head to New York next week on Wednesday for a week. And then following Wednesday, I head to Vegas, which will then be 1 week out from my show. And just train and chill in Vegas then. And then excuse me. The following Monday is when I register, and then on the Wednesday, the 8th of October, is when I compete, and it'll all be done and dusted. And then on Thursday is obviously going into the Olympia weekend, with the press conference, the Meet the Olympians, and then Friday, Saturday, it all kicks off. And this Olympia is going to be nuts. It is going to be absolutely wild. Like, open men's bodybuilding is wide open. My opinion, men's physique, hands down, Ryan's winning again, and I'm not even being biased. Oh my God, his physique now is absolutely insane. That's a done deal in my head. But yeah, this Olympia lineup looks absolutely crazy. It looks wicked. So just get on it, just watch it, follow along for the whole thing. And like I said, if you do get the live stream, watch it on the Wednesday. On the Wednesday, UK time, I will be on more than likely around 5 p.m. for prejudging, and then maybe about 8:30, 9 o'clock for finals. That's just as a guess, because the show starts at like 8 in the morning, I think, Vegas time, and then the finals starts at 12:30. But they'll do like the novice and the masters first, I think, and then the open bodybuilding category. So, you know, it might be a few minutes later. So if you watch it in the UK, I think I'll be on Wednesday, the 8th of October on the live stream. Yeah, somewhere around between 5 and 6 p.m. Yeah, maybe between 4 and 5 p.m. and then somewhere between like 7 and 8 p.m. On Wednesday the 8th. So yeah, it's going to be sick. Looking forward to doing a routine. A massive shout out as well to Black Ice Alpha. Whether you're watching this or not, I have no idea. But anyone who's watching this or in the live or whatever, Black Ice Alpha, they are your guys for getting your stage trunks custom made, custom measurements. They're absolutely wicked, and the colour I've gone for is just amazing. So yeah, they're going to look absolutely wicked on stage. And that's the good thing about open bodybuilding. I get to wear a different colour. I don't have to wear black, which is cool. So you can bring your personality a bit, stand out, and yeah, hopefully I make that top spot so I can get to perform a routine as well. So that's the itinerary over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I just want to give a massive shout out as well to all my clients that are super supportive of me. I really appreciate all of you. You motivate me every single day as well, just by the messages you send, by the check-ins that you give. Everyone is absolutely on point and killing it. So yeah, I really appreciate all guys as well. And just the support network I've got around me is incredible. Very small circle. That's all it needs to be. And yeah, we're on the right path, people. We're on the right path. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I don't want to bore you too long. I don't want to babble on too much. But I just wanted to give you a prep update of where my head is at, where I feel like my physique is at, the plans going forward. And if I turn pro, when I turn pro, more like, when I turn pro at the Amateur Olympia, we'll see what pro shows around the corner pretty quick, and then see if I can get myself signed up and dive into them. So this is just a quick one, actually. So I am competing in open bodybuilding. But when I turn pro, my initial thoughts are to drop back into classic, into the pro ranks, because you get an extra 10 pounds of weight, and that's where I feel like my physique is going to look way better. So turn pro in open, and then if I go into the pro classic, then I feel like I can bring more of a classic structure, and because my physique will look better, bigger. It just will. If I have more shoulder width, more back, more chest, like more fuller up top. I feel like my legs are in a pretty decent spot at the minute. I don't think I need to bring them up anymore as such. But if I can bring more up top and just bring more of that V-taper, which with the added weight cap you do get in the pro division, then that is where I feel my physique will look best. So when I turn pro at the Amateur O, you can bet your damn life on it that I'm going to be checking out some pro shows to see what is around the corner and get on the case. But everyone, I appreciate you tuning in, guys. Honestly, it means so much. I just wanted to give you a little update of where we're at and answer any questions that people may have had about my training split, about my diet. So yeah, everything's just chilled. Everything's relaxed. I'm in a happy place. And for anyone out there prepping or for going through anything, your mindset is so key. Just be stress-free, just be relaxed. If you've got anything in your life that is stressing you out, you can either do two things. One, get rid of it. Like, you don't need it, get rid of it. And if you can't get rid of it, stop worrying about it. You can only do a couple of things. If you've got something that's doing your head in and stressing you out, Two things. One, can you do anything about it? Oh, don't know what happened there. I think it paused me. Um, so yeah, if there's anything stressing you out, just ask yourself this. Okay, cool. Can I do something about it? If the answer is yes, then do something about it, and then off it goes. If the answer is no, and this thing is just going to be there, whatever problem it is, whatever it is, then if you can't do anything about it, then you can't really keep moaning about it and stressing about it because it's still going to be there. Moaning ain't going to help. So if you're on prep, way easier said than done, because I know when calories are low, people get hungry, and your tolerance levels can be a lot lower. But just relax, just chill. Like, I promise you so much that if you keep in a relaxed mindset, in a relaxed headspace, your body is going to do what you want it to do. And a way I actually keep relaxed is, I feel like I'm quite a relaxed person anyway. I'm pretty chill, I'm pretty laid back. Those of you who know me closely will know that. Um, Lucy definitely knows that. But also, I actually do some guided meditations as well. If I know I'm probably not going to get a great night's sleep, I will put on a guided meditation to just help me relax and help me sleep. I think that's a very important thing to do if you struggle with lots of sort of stress or anxiety or anything like that. Then just go on YouTube. There's loads of guided meditations that you can do for manifestation, for abundance, for sleep, anything like that. Just plug something good into your ears. Stop listening to the news. Stop watching the news. Stop watching fake news. Stop looking at anything that is gonna trigger you or put any tiny little negative thought into your head. And this is not just bodybuilding, I'm just saying this generally now. This is just me speaking freely and openly to anybody who's watching. What you listen to, what you watch, what you absorb, is your diet isn't, and this is another saying as well, your diet isn't just what you eat. It's who you hang around with, it's what you watch, it's what you listen to, it's what you absorb, it's the energy you take on. Positive energy, negative energy. Like, if there's somebody in your life that's constantly just draining you and draining you and draining you, I'm like, just keep them at arm's length. Just keep them over there, bro. Keep them at arm's length. Like, you don't need that. You need good people around you, people that are going to lift you up, and that you're going to do the same for others, and just be in the most chilled, zen headspace possible. So yeah, I'm chill, I'm relaxed. I appreciate everyone. That is my little update of prep, and keep following along for the journey. Only a few more weeks to go, and if you don't already, go to my YouTube and get subscribed, because trust me, when I get out to the States, there's going to be some sick vlogs coming your way and some kick-ass content as well. So yeah, thank you so much everyone. I appreciate all you guys. That was Prep Update. I'll see you all soon.